Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Max's Perspective podcast. Today, we're going to talk about online lessons or online courses or online education, whatever you want to call it, because nowadays, all over the world, many people are being forced to learn online because lots of universities and schools have closed down due to lockdowns and coronavirus. But even before coronavirus, there was a big increase in online learning. Lots of universities have introduced online courses. Even very prestigious universities have introduced this. I guess it is the way that the world is these days, where people, because of the internet, people can learn from anywhere. And why should you be restricted by your country or where you live to get the best education? And before coronavirus, this was gradually growing, but coronavirus has certainly increased it hugely. And I'm sure even when coronavirus is not such a serious thing, it'll remain. So where's this going, and what are the sort of benefits and disadvantages of this? Is it good? Is it bad? And where is it going? So benefits of online learning means you can learn from home or anywhere. You can sort of tune in anytime. Usually the materials are sort of there for you to access anytime and go back and read or look at. If it's videos, you can rewatch them. If it's notes, you can go back and read them. If it's a class, usually it's recorded, so you can go back and watch the class. All you need is a computer or even a phone and the internet. Some of the disadvantages, though, is that you don't have that nice classroom interaction with the teacher and with your classmates. Also, you don't have that sort of pressure to attend the class and participate in the class and interact. So if you're just at home, you might be very distracted and not work as hard. So these are some things that come up. If you look at some of the platforms that are used, some of them are really nice, very sort of easy to use and well organized, but probably not as good as they can be. And I'm sure that's something that's going to get much better in the next couple of years, is how these courses are presented, especially if it's a live course, like there's a professor or a teacher teaching from somewhere in the world. So lots of things, like whether that's like teaching methods would need to be improved, or not necessarily improved, but just different. Teachers need to sort of train how to teach an online class. The software or platform that they teach on probably needs lots of improvements, like things like the sound and making notes and allowing students to interact. Those are all things that I'm sure platforms need to address. Nowadays, as it is, students probably just sit and watch, but you definitely want that sort of real interaction more. Not sure how that would work, but I think anybody who says online learning is not as good as a real class, it could be true, but not forever. Like it's definitely going to improve, and it's something people should be aware of. And it's not just the students we're talking about, it's the teachers. So should a teacher who teaches online classes have the same training? Should they have the same salary? Should they have the same degree and everything as a traditional teacher? Is it much different? What's the outcome for the student? Is a student who goes to a university going to get better training or a better outcome than a student who studies online? What's the difference there? Should online courses be cheaper than real courses? And by how much, if they should? So many questions. And at the moment, it's coming along, but it's still got a long way to go. That's what I think. But I think as my knowledge of students that I talk to in Taiwan, everyone's very much like okay with online courses, but they don't agree that it's as good as traditional sort of education, which is probably true. But I think everybody should sort of get ready for that, whether you're a student or a parent or a teacher or the school or organization. It looks like this is happening, so everybody sort of needs to get on board. And here's your question for today. Can you name in the comments one benefit and one disadvantage of online courses or an online lesson? Just write your advantage and your disadvantage. That's all. Good luck. Thank you. That's what I think. What do you think? Have you come across any online courses that you thought were really good and really well structured? What do you think schools and teachers can do to make it better? What sort of attitudes should students have towards online courses? How is it all changing? And do you have any ideas or opinions about this? Please let me know in the comments, and I would love to hear. And that is all for today.